Beautiful morning to you, Lagos. Beautiful morning to you, Nigerians, and beautiful morning wherever you're watching us from all over the world. You're connecting. You'll be watching this later in the day as the day goes by. It's another beautiful day, and today being a Wednesday, the 26th day in the month of February 2025, we want to welcome you to Family and Values. This is Galaxy Television, and we are always reaching out for all the stars. Okay, so this morning, I want you to make the best of the opportunity of life that God has given to you, because you are not going to have today again. A day like this particular Wednesday, it may come in another, particular day, but this 26th day in the month of February 2025 is going to be one that you cannot have again if you don't make it count now, today, at this moment. So make today count, make it memorable, make it, deposit something worth looking back and saying, yes, I think I did well for myself. And that's what we are here for. That's why we are here on Family and Values. It's a program that comes on your airwaves from Mondays through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning. And we are out to talk about our family, ourselves. How did we get to that stage whereby we are losing certain important information and values that comes with our family, bringing up our children, raising our children, and teaching them the right way and direction they need to go. So we have an opportunity to always retrace our steps and come back to the right path that we really need to. It's never too late. So if you are failing today, doesn't mean that's the end of the world for you. You still have an opportunity, and today is another opportunity. You failed yesterday, today is another opportunity for you to meet up with whatever it is that you have lost. My name is Olori Adejoke Atunbi David. My friends call me Olori AJ, and I am not alone. Today being a Wednesday, I have a dashing, darling sister always sitting next to me as we run this show together, because go easy, when to work together, it makes a whole lot of sense. But when you work alone, you carry so much weight and the body will be so much. So it's becoming lighter by the day when you have somebody by your side. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. It becomes lighter when you truly have somebody by your side that is truly there for you.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay. To all those that are expecting, I guess they don't worry. The passport went to a very good morning to you. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. It's a bright Wednesday morning when you look at the fact that it rained. Some parts of Lagos, not everywhere. So the weather is a bit cool, you're confused, what should I put on? Make you sunlit. I just follow your hand and step. But trust me, instinct never fail. That's something I wanted to do. Instinct never fail. It's a year of ever flourish. It's going to be a wonderful one for everyone. And to all the kids that participated in the house, but yeah, I'm just telling you that a lot of them were fainting. Well, for some reason, health is very important. Before you send your kids out for the house or to run, make sure you set them mentally and health-wise. You've done all the checks and everything. Make sure they are
very important. Very important.
Very, very important. And thank God for this prompt intervention of the medical team. So shout out to Joe for that in the house. It's just wonderful. Welcome to the show. I am Princess Joy. Don't worry, don't forget the fact that I'm calm because I'm putting on a lot of color. So let me.
She's describing herself.
Yes, I am.
It's so good to be here once again. Like I said, you will never have the day again, so make it count. You will never have this day again, so make it count. Do you have any shout out?
Okay, yes.
Or wedding anniversary?
The shout out goes to our keyboard, Tosin. Yesterday was his birthday. I saw it on our platform. So this is happy birthday to Lua Tosin. Very good way. He plays the keyboard very well. So that's happy birthday to you. I wish you the very best. On behalf of Higher Life, and saying birthday shout out to you. Hopefully you get that.
Okay, more fulfilling years ahead. A big birthday shout out goes to a wonderful senior of mine. She was here some time ago. Fortunately, she's also a daughter, like a daughter to our president, Chief Steve Ojo. Senior Funsho, I call her my senior. I still love that calling her Senior Funsho. Very
yeah,
pleasant, beautiful,
yes,
dashing,
yes.
wonderful lady. Mrs. Funsho Oyelongnu, happy birthday to you as you had it another year. We pray that God will continue to make you a mark for generations to come and to always have, you know, this impact that you always drive with your personality. Very pleasant. God will continue to humble you and keep you strong, safe for your home and everyone around you. We love you from Family and Values and wish you many more fulfilling new age. Also to Iretomiwa Agbe Davis, happy birthday to you too, as you had another year. She clocked 23 yesterday. So happy birthday to you from Daughters of the Most High, from Family and Values, from all your mommy's friend. The mother is a real person too with Radio Lagos. So happy birthday to you. She's a beautiful daughter. And we pray, the next thing we're looking for is, don't let me say, because they say I'm pushing you now. We have a mentor in the house. We have a counselor in the house. We are pushing you. But that's what we're looking out for now. A man who is worthy, a kind, loving, hearted man for all our women, all our children that we have trained very well. God will give all the men too a good,
we have trained very
and
well.
all men too. God will give them a perfect wife. That is our prayer. When someone said, when you have a boy, you will not have a child. When you have a girl, you don't have a child. And when you're kind-hearted children, then you have children. May God give us kind-hearted children. As we go on to our mini feature, we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. We have just been talking about this transfer of aggression everywhere. A man who is driving a commercial vehicle, you just find out that all the women inside the bus are in trouble. Because why? The wife upset him. Or maybe the wife took his money overnight and the woman say, on this money, I'm not releasing it because we have to eat, we have to do this. By the time one of the female passengers in the bus decide to ask for a change, and he's like, I don't have change, and that woman is not taking it easy on him, there is a transfer of aggression. Woman, I'm not husband, you can't talk to me anyhow. That is how people start talking to your husband anyway. Transfer of aggression don't start. The same thing applies to you walking on the road, or maybe you meet someone at an eatery and suddenly maybe you step on someone's toes. You say, you know this, you don't get respect. All you these men, you just treat women anyhow. You know, we have a way of compounding all our needs. How do we put it now? Unsettled rifts. We put it in a can until when somebody just hit us, we now spill it, and we just want to pour it on that person alone. Today we're talking about transfer of aggression. How scary. Hey, when government do us something, everybody go out. We want to show, yes, we have been stomaching this for so long. Just like I was saying it about PACN and Ayobo people district. I don't know which area they use. Ayobo people are suffering. Please let my co-host have electricity to iron our clothes now. Wait, see, not everybody get generator. You understand? So we are talking about transfer of aggression this morning, and it comes in different areas, in the public place, in the offices, in the marketplaces, between husband and wife, in the process of going through a relationship. Maybe you just left one and you have healed from that one, you're now in another one. Transfer of aggression. What is it all about? How scary can it be? How dangerous is it? And how do we really get over it? Or how do we let go of whatever it is that is bothering us, rather than transferring it in another channel to another person that we come across? Today we'll be talking with our own darling friend and brother, a youth pastor. I'm talking about none other than Lekon Aremotobe. He is a marriage and relationship certified marriage and relationship coach. And He's here this morning. We'll be talking more about this. And it will help us in the best way we know it will do this. So it's so good to have you once again. Papa for the girls.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here always. Thank you.
You know, sometimes when I'm talking to him on the phone, I would think I'm talking to his wife. Because of his voice. I would not begin to talk. No, hold on, fool, he's here. He's not the one talking. Say, I'm sorry. His voice is so, feminine. And it's so good to have you this morning. So, can you help us? What is cancer of aggression? How does it manifest?
It's a very interesting topic this morning. In the simplest form, it's when you redirect anger or frustration to another source different from the original source. Okay, so daddy upset you, but because you know that you cannot take it out on daddy, you take it out on your younger sibling. Okay, so you redirect the anger and frustration that is meant for daddy, you throw it to the other person. So that's in the simplest form. And we see that different from that. We were talking about. So the bus driver, because he didn't want to shout at his wife, came to start, dishing it out to everybody in the bus. You find it sometimes when you hear stories of a teacher flogging a pupil mercilessly, is that something happened to that. Maybe it was a conductor, maybe it was a wife or husband at home. Then you come to school and then take it out on the pupil of students. So we see this everywhere. Sometimes even in the market, you go to buy something from a woman, and maybe before you came, another person had come to price what she was selling roughly anyhow. And you are just being normal and she will take out that aggression. Take it out on you. So we see this play out in every area of life. So because people somehow just can't take out the frustration on somebody else, they take it out on the next person.
But why do people transfer aggression instead of dealing with the root cause of the problem? For instance, I was saying it yesterday, even at home among parents, it happens. You come back from work and you're tired, maybe somebody upsets you. The traffic, for me, it's always the traffic. And sitting for long and then I'm irritated by the fact that maybe people's body is touching me. And those are things you cannot avoid. And then you're getting home, you want to just get home and show the kids. You enter everywhere, and then you now start, what is this? Before you now realize that I'm transferring aggression, you now calm down. Okay. But why do people transfer aggression? Why don't you deal with the root cause of the issue? For instance, if it's your wife that upsets you, settle it before you step out. Because we see it is a pattern. It's a pattern. And sometimes when somebody is reacting to you, not saying, okay, somebody offended this person somewhere, because you're looking at the fact that maybe what you said is not something that's really
so much issue.
You said it jokingly and somebody has carried it the other way. It's common, you see the whole lot. So why do people transfer? Rather than dealing with that, deal with it now.
And so there are many reasons why people transfer aggression. I'll say that at the base of it, one of the key things is lack of emotional intelligence. Okay. And what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is basically saying, I am in touch with how I feel. I acknowledge how I feel. And I know how my feelings and actions impact the next person. That's simply what emotional intelligence is. So, some reasons is that a person doesn't want to, that you can't confront the original source. Say the person is older, has more authority, or can respond to you. So, you hold on to it. You don't deal with the emotion you are feeling. Okay? You're just looking for where to point. So there's that fear of inability to express the emotion to the source that is coming from. And that reason is, many people are actually, particularly inside of the world, we don't train children who now grow up into things as adults to face their emotions. We train them most times to run from their emotions. Okay? So you find out that when you confront somebody with their emotion, they usually either want to run away or they lash back. So if you tell somebody that the way you spoke that day is bad, the natural implication or inclination they have is they want to also tell you to one thing you did 2 weeks ago. That was bad.
That's
Yes, so
comparison.
yes, so that's lack of, you are unable to simply absorb, okay, I did this wrong, oh, I'm sorry. Now, when you can't absorb and you can't acknowledge your own wrong, you always find reasons to point fingers at others. So a teacher that goes to beat a child is lying to himself or herself that it is this child that is making me feel this way. Like you were saying, so you come back from work and you find out they are lashing at the children and you pause and say, no, it's not they are coming to shout that is making me, it's the traffic that I face that is the issue that is making you, yes, and you can't beat traffic, you can't shout at who in the bus.
So you are not pointing at the children because they are
the emotional intelligence that will say, they are not because of my palaver. And so we now find what's the solution. Let me go and take a bath first. Children, just hold on. Let me go and take a bath and come back.
That's what I do. Don't have to come this house. They don't hug me, don't touch me, just allow me. So now they know once I'm coming like this, everybody just allow me take that shower. Yes. And when I come out,
so people can't acknowledge that I feel this way, I don't want this. And then so lack of emotional intelligence is one key root that people need to, that causes transformation.
Okay, lack of emotional intelligence. Let us go for our word on marble. We need to go for this break. And please, we want you to just send in your question to our SMS line on 070. Are you there? Okay. 070 4223 4006. It's right there on your screen. If you have any question or you want to just let's hear your own view about it. We'll be going for our word on marble. I'll be right back, so stay tuned. Welcome back. It's still Family and Values, and we've been talking about transfer of aggression. How scary is it? And we still have Lincoln Aremoto be here. Okay, so we want to talk about transfer of aggression. How common is this particular episode? Let me put it that way. In African setting, African families. And can this aggression be justified? Because someone will tell you, it's justifiable now. When the government are not doing the needful. We need to go all out. We need to show them. We destroy this. We damage that. We do this. Is that damaging going to be the justification of making them to turn in your direction to do the needful? Because those things that have been damaged cannot be, they'll be spending more money to do replacement again. So is it justifiable when you have this transfer of aggression, when you carry out this episode of transfer of aggression? Then African setting, how common is it in African families?
Okay, so is transfer of aggression justifiable?
Yeah.
No. Irrespective of, because now, is the emotion you feel, is it valid? Yes. But the transfer is not justifiable. Because the person you are transferring to is not even the person that ought you. Okay? Now, like example you gave, so say government increases the price of something, and then people come out and begin to damage government property. Now, you think that you are affecting the government, but what you don't think is that it's still your tax, your own money that's going to be used to make it up. That so is not justifiable. The husband that transfers aggression to his wife based on what is coming from work, is his exhaustion, his frustration, is it valid? Yes. But that transfer is not valid and that's what I was saying about emotional intelligence. An emotionally intelligent person knows how to pause before reacting. So is that lack of thinking before you react is never justifiable. At no point, whether it's from an adult to a child, from adult to adult, from adult to things. Because some people transfer aggression even to things and break things. Yes. Is not justifiable. You need to learn, because people like to, and I like the question, because people like to blame others and institutions for their issues. the government can increase the prices of bananas. Your response to that increase is not the government that gave it to you.
Mm.
Your response is as a result of the person that you are. If somebody else will look at that price and say, okay, what that means is that we'll cut down our purchase of banana. Somebody else will say that, government is problem. They will now begin to go and spoil things. Spoil government
Like
farms
when
and
they
all
increase
that.
the price of carbonated drink, and I said I wasn't drinking it.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
You get so your response to it. So somebody can step on your toes.
Yeah.
You can choose to say, you stepped on me. Or you can choose to lash out and slap the
And
person.
slap the person.
Now you said, I slapped him because he stepped on my toes. But no, you slapped him because you're an angry person. You couldn't control yourself. You could have just communicated. You stepped on me. Now, even if the person says, so what? It's still in your power to decide how I will react. I can choose to walk away. It's a choice we make. So we must learn to take responsibility for our actions and reactions. Now, in the African context, I think that we support transfer of aggression.
Why did you say that?
A father, we don't see it as wrong if a father say he doesn't have money and then shouts at his children
coming to demand for
coming to ask for money.
What the child is actually supposed to get.
Tell the child that why did you don't ask that? But does that justify that the father was transferring aggression to the child? It doesn't justify it at all. So we have
as well sat that child down
and communicated to that child.
That I don't have.
Yes. Sometimes how a parent beats a child, maybe when there is waste, when a child is wasting food. Now, it was hard-earned money that you used to provide that food. Okay? But the way you can communicate to that child without beating the child like black and blue because they are wasting food. Now we justify things like that. We're not wasting the child was wasting the food. That's why the father beats him like that. I like the mother. But is it justified? No. Okay. So we don't support a lot of communication in the African Nigerian context. And that is why many of our adults cannot even articulate how they feel. They cannot. I think that many people on the streets, if you do a psychological test with them, a huge percentage, I don't have a figure, but a huge percentage needs some psychological evaluation.
That's why they have always talked about that.
I know that yes, stress can contribute to transfer of aggression.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go to one extent, but before you go there now, I would share something with you. I, for once, I noticed that once I'm stressed, once there is anything that is that extra stress for me, let me just put it, the moment I'm financially down, there is no story anybody will tell me. I can literally, little things you do that ordinarily I would take away. It will trigger my instantly. And sometimes when I've done that and then I realize that, I shouldn't have. So over time, I learned to control myself now. Because you come back and maybe you just have 1,000 naira. And the child is running to you and saying, Mommy, this is From there, you're already screaming, do you want to kill me? Mommy, am I doing you will talk and in the process of that transfer, you will see things that ordinarily you would not see. To what extent and how deep can stress contribute to transfer of aggression?
Stress is a major contributor, actually. I'm glad you mentioned it. It's a major contributor, particularly in this side of Nigeria, Lagos. Okay, like you mentioned, number one, stress is traffic. Now, anybody that's been in traffic will understand how stressful. When you're sitting and doing nothing, it's a lot of drain emotionally, physically as well. So, and that's not even talking about the what of stress you have done at work. Okay, the mental exertion you've had, some physical, depending on the kind of work you do.
And then what you see on the face, you
get. So, stress is a major contributor, and like the topic says, transfer of aggression, how scary. It is really scary, particularly when stress is in the mix. Okay, because at that point, transfer of aggression feels like a way to unstress yourself, to distress, to let out the air. Okay, But we must learn, people must learn how do I acknowledge that I'm stressed, and how do I deflate my stress. So think of a balloon that you blow and then you let the air out. We must find things like that. And we must make them very simple things. Tell people that learn to simplify your lives. Don't say, for me to reduce my stress, I need to go to the Bahamas.
You don't know, me
You
there.
will live your life
Oh, me
stress.
there.
Already, because the money to find
Yes.
stress
So you
yourself.
must find things as simple as, if corn and pear and a bath is how I distress. So you know that when I'm stressed, let me just buy a pear. When I get home, I bath, I go to the table, I
You
spread it,
know,
I eat it. What is good
the
again?
word is good again.
I take a straw.
Wait, before you let go of that one, I'm taking questions now. Oh, please start sending them in. I want to hear from you. That's why we have Lake Maremoto be here this morning. Okay, so good morning, Ma and Sir. My name is Mrs. Patient from Alta. My husband is very aggressive because I try to let him know that habit of excessive drinking is not convenient for me to continue staying in the same room with him. Please, what should I do?
That's a very not interesting situation.
Thank God you're a certified counselor. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that she mentioned it. Now, because it's not a face-to-face, I'd like to ask that when he gets drunk or when he's drinking, does he get physically abusive? Okay, because then that's a different context.
Another
That's
context,
brought
yeah.
at
It's
a
another
different
level.
But let's just say that he drinks a lot and then he misbehaves. Say maybe he sleeps when he wants to sleep before he says things that he's not supposed to say.
Use the word
Aggressive.
And gets aggressive.
Yeah.
So maybe he also gets
aggressive.
Probably he gets
aggressive with the
on screens, on
Yes,
shouts,
things
or
like that.
scares everybody.
Or even want to, you know,
know,
want to hit.
Yes.
And when it's coming to that, there will be a day that hit go land on somebody's
Yes.
bed.
Maybe he screams and everybody is scared of
You know, like that.
him, and
Yeah.
I think
So-
that would have
So what needs to happen is this. Now, you can't stop it if you are also aggressive with him. Okay, because aggression for aggression does not solve aggression.
Mhm.
Okay,
Can you say that again?
aggression for aggression does not solve aggression.
Did you
Okay,
get that?
because anger, most times you think that anger can work good works in the person.
Yeah.
If I'm angry at you, that will make you a good person. No, anger does not does not make a person good
Good.
in that sense. So I don't know how long you've been married for, but if you've been married for a while, and if there are children also, you want to find a great time to speak to him calmly and help him see how the impact of his drinking is affecting your finance, how the impact of his drinking is affecting the children. And because you are the wife, you want to present this to him in a way that doesn't condemn you as a drunk. Okay, so also avoid saying things like, avoid saying you're a drinker, you're a drunker.
That
When
was
you say
setting.
things, yes, when you say things like that, you create a mindset for him, and he wants to continue being that person.
Yeah.
Okay, women and husbands need to understand that what you say over your spouse is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so times now, this may sound very crazy, but it has worked before. I've seen it work. Times when he comes home drunk, for example, if normally you're always shouting, you're drunk again, blah blah blah, things like that. Next time it happens to him, act differently. When he comes, take him to take a shower, take him to the bed, let him lie down. If he wants to eat, let him lie down. What you've done is you've flipped the script. Okay? You flipped, because normally he knows that when I'm drunk, this is what I should expect.
So he's coming
He's coming prepared for that.
Coming prepared.
The moment you give him a reverse, he's disarmed.
We're having another call.
He's disarmed. And that helps a lot.
Yeah,
But the
Hello?
another thing you can do is if somebody can talk to do that.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Okay, the person is not ready to talk. Okay. Thank you for that input. Now, I want to ask, can transfer of aggression ever be constructive? And if it can be constructive, what are the early ways you can relieve those tension, those aggressiveness inside? What are those steps one can take, within your environment, that you don't need to go to Bahamas or go to Philippines or go to Florida, that you can just de-stress and unstress yourself and just...
So like she said, before I got married as well, I used to like to run. Okay, when I have a lot of things about my mind, when I'm stressed, I like to run and then that just helps me. Some healthy things. But before you even begin to do some physical things, you need to be first self-aware. You need to know when you are getting to that point. For example, when I go to pick the children in school and I see that I'm hurrying them up. Like, walk fast. I say, why are you hurrying them?
Why are you hurrying them?
Be calming down yourself.
And then I realized that when I started doing that, I stopped getting upset with them for walking slow.
They're children for crying out loud.
I'm rushing, and then so I'm about to get to the car. One of them says, "Daddy, I want to be." I'm like, why are you angry? Calm down.
It becomes your subconscious.
You have to be self-aware.
Aware.
Number 2, self-regulate. I feel like this. What should I do? Pause and think. Don't just react. Pause, think before reacting. Okay, this person is getting me upset. This person beginning to trigger me. Okay, you know what? I give me 10 minutes. We'll come back to this conversation. That's self-regulation. Because you already know that the other person is talking to me. There's already triggered some things that I don't want to get triggered. How do I work it out? Empathy. Empathy is, I know what my actions will make you feel. Like we say, if you come home and you shout at your children, you must be aware that shouting at my children makes them feel bad, makes them feel less of themselves, make them feel like mommy and dad does not love them. Because they are coming to me to shout, hello, daddy, welcome, mommy, welcome. And I'm shouting. That is telling them that I don't care about you, I'm gone to the morning, just leave me.
Just leave me.
So empathy is, I'm also feeling the same thing the receiver is feeling. Now, when these are good places to start, when you now know, when you self-regulate, when you become a person of a empathic person, can I say, how do I do? Sometimes having a bath is a good water.
Especially people who don't have hair like us.
Thank God for those ones that can bath 10 times.
You can just take it from the head and cool you off.
Sometimes too is just having some time to yourself. Okay, and if you are someone that is married or have children, you want to tell your spouse or children, you know what, guys, give me 30 minutes. Just give me 7 minutes. I'll back to the guys. Okay, because they don't want to disconnect. Because isolation also can spike up aggression. Okay, so you want to just go and just lie on the bed and just play a music person, play some really calm music, and some really calm, and just breathe, and then that is joy. Some people like to go to the gym. Go to the gym and take a stroll. So they are really simple things.
Hello. Sorry. Good morning. Family and Values, Galaxy Television. Who is on the line? Where are you calling us from? Mary, how are you? So what question do you have for us this morning? So your question, you have a contribution, your question? I think we lost it. We lost that call. We lost the call. Okay, Mary, please call back, or you can send in a text message so that our guests can easily just attend to it. Joy, over to you.
Okay, so now as we round up, because see, this transfer aggression, let's not lie, it happens to everybody. It's a realistic thing. Now let's bring in social media. Because we can't have transfer aggression without the social media. How has it contributed to the display of, I think social media has even made it in such a way that somebody will come, abuse you to your generation, like transfer all the frustration on you for maybe one post or one comment, and you don't have the opportunity to do a face back. So it becomes a case of back to back. How has social media contributed to that?
social media is a huge. Now, social media is like a double-edged sword. Okay, like a double-edged sword. There's the best side.
Messages are really hitting. They are receiving.
You know that kind of aggression that
You know that.
you say your own, I will come back again, put my own.
You even go to dig up your part.
You know,
Let me even share something. Somebody
Very quick.
One of these celebrities posted something, and somebody said, "When do you want to get married?" I have to comment like, "Why will you come to somebody's like? Are you?
hello,
Is that your business?"
hello, good morning. Hello. Wow, good morning. Are you on midterm break? How are you? What's your name? Oh no. Angela. So what did she has gone? Hello? Hello, good morning. Okay, let's go, please.
Okay, so social media escalates things. Okay, that's why one is that the person must have emotional intelligence to be able to spot that this person is just transferring aggression. So one of the mistakes most of these influencers and celebrities make is they want to also respond back. Now, when you respond back, you're giving the person visibility. Because transferring aggression is like bullying a person. Okay, and what a bully hates is being ignored. When somebody says something
And you
and you ignore, the person doesn't exist. What you've done is that you've disarmed the person.
Wow.
Instead of coming, the person is now maybe lying about you. But for example, person has asked, when you married, like you don't act like the person's question exists at all. Do you get? So social media is such that because people are hiding behind the keypad, they feel like they can do or say
anything and just get
But you
what
must
you want
always
with it.
know that when people talk from where they are and who they are as a person. It's not about you. Okay, that's what people must know. That if somebody comes online now and begins to abuse you, is that person is an angry person? That person is a bitter person.
Sometimes they feel like because you're not going through. They feel like you're not going through what they are going through. So it's not annoying. Some of them are angry that you have money. Some of them are angry that
But the society we are now, social media has really helped the aggressive episodes that we see. It has become a season film, like a movie. You understand? Now becomes watch my, everybody just bring in, subscribe to my channel kind of thing. Now, another thing I want to say is social media made it easy because it's your data you are running. You are not under any screening or anybody trying to cut you off, except if the particular social media application has, you understand, a particular rule that you are going to be going above that rule, they will cut you short. It has helped the society that we are in now. How do you think parents can help their children to understand? How do I even put this now? To understand that, see, the way you see them on social media exhibiting the aggressiveness or the bullying they are putting up there is not the right thing to do. How?
So parents must learn to regulate children's exposure to social media. Okay. In fact, I don't know if it's still the same now, but I think I came across an interview with on Facebook, and he was saying that even his daughter is not on Facebook. I think there was an interview as well with Steve Jobs. I was saying that his daughter doesn't have
Facebook account,
an iPhone at the time. Okay, so because these guys also understand the exposure that the phone gives. So I think that until a child gets to age, depending on the environment and all that, a child should not be given a device. Now, when a child is given this, you must help that child understand the kind of life that is out there. But importantly is when you teach a child self-awareness, when you teach a child to have value in themselves, even if somebody comes online and says that, hey, you're a fat person, you taught your child how to have value in themselves.
Personality.
They can know already this person is just a person that has not been taught. And that I have been taught. I will not say to somebody, to this person. So instead of getting angry, they more like pity the person for lack of knowledge.
Mhm.
So parents must learn to teach their children sense of self-worth. Parents must teach their children how to respect other people. These are basic things. When those two things are in place, a child will not bully another person, say something bad about another person. And even when a child does as their person, they can respond without very emotionally balanced and say, this thing you're talking about, you don't know anything you're talking about. I'm not going to engage in this conversation with you. Have a good day, and they walk out. They can escalate situations.
Okay, thank you so much for we got a text message. I'm just going to read this because our time is so spent. Good morning, darling. So you get me Fashion Singh from Lagos. How can someone react to someone who usually transfer aggression? I think you can watch a playback of this particular episode. Our guest already mentioned some points that can help you to know how to react and how to relate with someone who, or usually, this particular question. And I'm sure you'll get back to us on that. So just go to our Facebook page and our YouTube page. You'll definitely get everything you need to know. Thank you so much, Arimotobi, for being here. We appreciate you all the time, and we pray that, your day is fulfilled today. Joy, over to you.
Yes, for those of you, like you said, peacefully tell the person you can't end it. There are some people that naturally, that you see, as you're walking maybe they are following you. Batter to batter, if
yes,
you get
now,
to that point, please, your peace of mind
is very important.
If anyone transfers aggression, know that your peace of mind is very important, and try to be as calm as you can in whatever situation you find yourself. And parents, please, yes, it's not easy, minimize it, don't even bring it on the children. They're not the one that bring themselves to the world. So walk around and communicate with them. That's my message to you this morning. Thank you. I have been Joy.
Is it good for a married man to ask his wife not to ever take money from his pockets? That's another topic. Tomorrow is going to be another wonderful and awesome day as we'll be talking about making food your medicine. Making food your medicine so that you don't start making medicine your food. We have someone who will be coming to talk about that tomorrow, and please don't miss it. I want you to just be here. She's a wellness expert, and it's going to be another wonderful Healthy Thursday with us. I hope you've had a wonderful time with us today. Tomorrow is going to be another great day, and have a fulfilled day even as we continue with today. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke Adunbi David. On behalf of everyone that we have run today's show together from the studio and to all our viewers out there, we love you. Have a splendid day.